first Assassin's Creed featured a large, open world where you tried to unravel the mysteries of the Templars in 12th century Jerusalem. It was a very ambitious title, but it did fall short of expectations due to a lot of repetitive gameplay. Ubisoft Montreal is back with a second Assassin's Creed tale. Once again, you play as Desmond, a descendant of a long line of assassins. Instead of playing as Altair, this time you're going back to the Italian Renaissance to play as Ezio, a man who's not actually normally an assassin, but who's driven to become one due to some tragic events in his life.
A pity we could not let your father live to see it.
You're gonna have a lot more toys to play with in Assassin's Creed 2. For one thing, it's a sequel, so obviously one blade is not enough. This time you get 2 Assassin's blades. That's right, double the fun! But there's a lot more to it. You're gonna get a lot of really cool toys because your best buddy is Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, you know, the guy from the Da Vinci Code? That's right, he's your best friend, and all those crazy inventions that he dreamed up back during the Italian Renaissance are gonna come true for you. That includes his famed flying machine, which, you know, was only a concept drawing back in the days, but through the magic of video games, you gotta actually experience it and fly it. A lot of the familiar gameplay elements from the first Assassin's Creed are back, but they've all been improved slightly. You're still gonna be able to climb up buildings, run around rooftops, but it's all gotten a little bit more complex, and it starts with the AI. Now in the first Assassin's Creed, you jump in a bale of hay, and you were fine. Now there are guys called Seekers who will actually go out and stab that bale of hay just to see if some guy's inside. The good thing is, when you're in a hiding spot, you can kill guys too. Now combat's also been upgraded. There are going to be different types of enemies, so it's not just like you're fighting the same people again and again with the same type of combat. It's going to be varied, and they're going to swarm you. Fortunately for you, you can take their weapons and use them against them. Now, you're still a stealth guy, so you don't want to actually grab like a halberd and kind of run around, you know, rooftops with it, but you can use it for a second just to stab a guy through the gut and take care of him. The best news about Assassin's Creed 2, though, is the fact that they revamped the mission structure. And that is, they took all of the boring, repetitive investigation elements and just threw them all out. If you need to find information about where a target's going to be and when to strike them, it's just going to be a natural progression of the story. It's not going to be something where you have to sit on a bench and just eavesdrop on guys. It's going to be more action-oriented, and it's going to have a better flow to it.
Enough! I yield! I yield!
And we know for sure that this game is going to take place at least in Florence and in Venice. And the E3 areas were taking place in Venice. And of course, Venice is famous for its canals. So in Assassin's Creed 2, you're going to have the ability to swim. You're going to be able to get on boats. Hopefully you're going to be able to have epic gondola chases. But more importantly, because it's not set in ancient Jerusalem, the color palette of this game is far more interesting than in Assassin's Creed 1. As you can see, the E3 demo takes place during a festival. There's fireworks going off. There's lovely blues and greens and color actually in the world. And the crowds have a lot more animation and a lot more life to them. They feel more alive. They're not just walking around mindlessly from place to place. They actually have stuff to do now. From what we've seen, Assassin's Creed 2 seems to have upped its game from the first one and addressed a lot of the problems that we had when it first came out. Though we only got a little taste of Assassin's Creed 2 at E3, it was enough to whet our appetite and make us hunger for when this game comes out in November. Plus, Ubisoft Montreal added a gun. How cool is that?